Hello and welcome to everyone. Today is the International Women's Day, and it is a great pleasure of mine to have the very acclaimed Elina Bonik with us. Elina does not actually need any introduction. We all know about her. She's a very famous painter, but just to give a brief account of her, Elina took her initial training at Kala Bhavan, and then she also went to Glasgow Art School for further training. She has had exhibitions of her art all over the world. She has had 32 solo exhibitions, and she has conducted a lot of workshops. She has given seminars. So in one word, as I said, that Elina really does not need any introduction. Welcome, Elina.
Hello, everybody.
So, Elina, the first thing that I would like to ask you is, when we grow up as children, not too many people can aspire or have the courage to think that I'll be a painter. So that shows that your creativity was there when you are very young. I'm sure you thought of becoming a painter when you were very young. So how is
I
it?
didn't think of becoming a painter. Actually, when we were young, every child paints. Every child enjoys painting and they do drawing and painting. And if that is encouraged, they do more. If that is not encouraged, then also they do, but not that much. And in my case, my school art teacher inspired me a lot, and that worked as a positive energy. That worked as a very positive energy and inspiration for me. And he sort of instigated me to become an artist.
So, Elena, now I would like to ask this very important question to you. What made you decide that you will become a single mother, first of all? And secondly, you also did not, your first choice was to try through IVF so that you can go through the experience of childbearing and become a mother. So can you share that feeling and that decision, how you came to that decision?
Yeah, actually, my first choice was not going to IVF. I wanted to have a child. I always wanted to have a child, and that wish started I told you, in my childhood, I enjoyed playing with dolls. When I was a working woman, I became an artist by default or by choice, whatever it is. I felt at one point of time that this is the thing I can do best, and I enjoy doing my art practice the best, among other things. So, and I went to Shantiniketan. I stood first in the admission test, and the teachers accepted me very well there in the beginning. So, my art life started. I started my college days in Shantiniketan. And I went through some relationships also there. But that time I sort of became career minded, and I was not married. So I didn't think of having child at that point of time, or even I didn't want to get married. Because in my student days, I became very career minded, and I was aggressively in my work. I really wanted to continue my work in a very serious way. So I could not think of getting married or going into a family life in that time. But the wish to have a child, from my feelings of menstruation, the days of menstruation inspired me, always gave me a thought that I must have a child. My physical feelings, my biological feelings and emotions, I wanted to nurture. And I wanted to have a biological child within myself. But definitely, IVF was not the first choice. Having a child was the first choice. But when I wanted to have a child, after my divorce, I got married when I was 28. But I never thought of having a child from the man I got married. Um, and then, sort of, but I wanted, my motherly instincts were there, and I wanted to have a child. And then in course of time, I was continuing, I was very busy in my work life, I was very busy exhibiting and traveling abroad. Every 1 or 2 years, I used to travel abroad, and within India also, I was traveling a lot. And then I thought, now the biological clock is running, I must have a child now. So I tried, I went through the process, I wanted to have a child, but I found I was not having child in the natural way. And then I went to the doctor, and then again I experienced the moral policing from the Calcutta doctors. They were so conservative. They said, "Oh, you are not married, you are going to have a child." And I looked at the doctor like this with my eyes straight. I could look at the doctor's eyes straight with full confidence. And the doctor said, oh, okay, single mother. So that was the concept of becoming a single mother. But when I went through some medical tests, it was found that my fallopian tubes were blocked. Both of my fallopian tubes were blocked, unfortunately. And that is the only way fallopian tubes are blocked of a woman. Then IVF is the only way to go to get a pregnancy. So I went for IVF. I went to the IVF specialist, and then I started this process. But there also I faced a lot of difficulty from the Calcutta doctors. They were all moral police, and they were giving their suggestion that I could go for only for unknown donors, etc. And I denied. I said the element that I am going to carry in my body, I should choose. I cannot accept from a source of unknown donor. So I had to fight again. Everything was a fight, definitely. And I could win that fight. Finally, I went for an IVF, but from the donor was known to me, and I could choose the elements that I want. And my first pregnancy turned down terrible miscarriage, and my second pregnancy was successful, and then I became a mother. And that time I remember I wanted your suggestion, and the doctor was your relative somehow, and you gave me a phone number. So I called that number, and I could connect this doctor, and it was very positive. So I remember the first birthday of my child when she was 1 year old. The doctor couple came. The doctor was the gynecologist, and his wife was the embryologist. And this embryologist lady became my friend. Her positive efforts were the principal force for the success of my IVF, because the doctor was very busy. It's not only his success, but it's the success of the full team, the IVF. IVF is a really trial and error process and a struggle. And you have to really have willpower, very strong willpower, positive energy within yourself, and positive thinking, and the medical conditions, etc., etc. So the whole thing, with all good wishes, makes this effort successful. And finally, I was successful to have a child. And also, Rabindranath Tagore's song inspired me a lot during my pregnancy. During my pregnancy, in the maternal screening, the first screening was something wrong in the timing. And one doctor said, who did the scanning, that this could be at high risk. I could have a child with some difficulties, and so I was very confused. And then this gynecologist said that it is the age risk, nothing else. You just have patience and go for it. And then during my pregnancy, I realized this song, ব্যক্ত হোক তোমা মাঝে অসীমের চির বিস্ময়, হে নূতন দেখা দিক আরবার জন্মেরও প্রথম শুভক্ষণ, তোমারও প্রকাশ হোক কুহেলিকা করি উদ্ঘাটন সূর্যেরও মতন, these lines were wonderful, and it inspired me in such a positive way in my pregnancy. And I thought, whatever it is within me, I'm going to create a life. So I should never go for any termination. Whatever it is, I should expect. I
Embrace
should
it.
accept that.
Embrace it. Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and so I went through. I was. This song just came to my mind from my subconscious, and these lines used to haunt me and inspire me. So I went through my pregnancy, and then finally my child was born in an early morning, a sunny day in a summer afternoon, and the trees in Calcutta were full with red gulmohar and polash and shimul, the flame of forest.
She was born, and your daughter's name is Amoravati, right? And how old?
Yes, my daughter,
And how old was?
Amaravati. Amaravati means it's a Buddhist stupa, and I think it's the architecture. She is the architecture. She's the architecture, like a building, like a house where I'm going to live many years after she is born. After she was born, so
And
I named her
how
Amaravati.
how old is she now?
She is 8 years old.
Oh, time flies really. I still remember when I saw her after she was born. So that's a beautiful
Yeah.
story, Elena. So
Yeah, you saw me when I was pregnant. You
yes,
visited my place one day.
right. So the next question that I would like to ask you is what was your experience after you became a mother? How much support did you get from your family and friends, and how much animosity did you face from the society? So first answer
Yeah,
the
this is
positive
a
part.
very important question.
Yeah. So
My
first,
my
first
family,
talk about
actually,
the support, and then we will go to the animosity part. Yes.
okay, sure. When during my pregnancy, it was only my mother in my family, because I lost my father when I was married, just before my divorce. When I was 30, I lost my father. And after that, I was with my mother. I went for a divorce after my father's death. And then, the time was flying. I was so busy with my art career, exhibitions, etc., etc. And I decided to have a child after 7 8 years of my divorce. And during my pregnancy, I got great support from a nurse. She used to come and give me injections, and whatever help I needed, she did. Even she went to Bombay with my exhibition. My mother went to Bombay, and because my mother was very old that time and I was pregnant, so my mother wanted the nurse also to come with us, and she went with us. We were in the same flight. We boarded the same flight. We were in the same hotel together. And then my mother and the nurse came. I stayed almost 2 to 3 weeks alone in Bombay. Um, and not 2 to 3 weeks. First week the nurse and my mother stayed, and then they came. And next 2 weeks I stayed alone, all alone in Bombay. And I was in my exhibition. So during my pregnancy also I faced difficulty. I was in a place where I was staying. The booking was given for 1 week, and then I wanted to extend. I had to extend, and the rule was one person can stay 1 week maximum. Then I requested them that, look, I'm 4 months pregnant. If you don't let me stay here, I have to go very far towards airport, and I have to travel almost for 2 hours to the city, which is very dangerous for me. And my doctor said, if you do this travel, it may have a miscarriage again. So the manager there was very kind, and he allowed me to stay. So this was the first help I received. And in the airport also, I never had to go through the X-ray because I am pregnant. I received full support. And then my child was born. During my pregnancy, my mother helped me. Sometimes she search for some recipes on the internet, and she cooked that for me. She went to the hospital. She designed. I wanted her handwriting in a necklace. That Rabindranath Tagore's
I
line.
remember that,
That
yes.
তোমার মাঝে অসীমেরও চিরবিস্ময়. And she wrote that song in a round, convex, concave way, like a necklace should cover my neck. And we went to the jewelry shop together. I think we went to Shenko Gold together to give that design. And they were not understanding what is it, why I'm designing this. And so anyway, the necklace was designed. And my mother with a friend of mine went to the hospital early in the morning. And that was my pregnancy jewelry. And my mother gave me that necklace. So I was wearing that just for a few minutes before entering the OT. I was already in OT gown. They sterilized my neck after taking off the necklace. And but it was, I believe it was my mother's good wishes with Rabindranath Tagore's song in her own handwritten design. And I told my friend could sing good Rabindra Sangeet. I missed you at that time. I wish you could sing. And I didn't have a smartphone at that time. So otherwise you could sing this Henutan Dakhadi Karbar from USA. But my friend sang this for me. Henutan Dakhadi Karbar. There are more negative experience. It's a struggle to move forward as a single mother to bring up the child. I experienced some difficulties while trying to admit my daughter to a school. If the school is conservative, they would not accept my daughter, and most of the schools have some sort of religious um,
Orientation.
religious influence.
Right.
And from that religious influence, I think in the religion, it is not accepted. In many of the religion, it is not accepted, single motherhood. Although in ancient Hinduism, Gandharva Vivaho was there, but it was, I could not find any mention about bringing up the child and school admission, etc., etc. So, in most of the religions of the world, or in some major religions of the world, it is not accepted. IVF is not accepted. Termination, medical termination is not accepted. Contraception is not accepted in some religions of the world. Mm, so that influence came on me while I tried to admit my daughter to a school. Um, Probably the Catholic schools would not admit my daughter because that is against the religion. And some of the Hindu schools also, I mean, with strong Hindu feeling, probably would not, but there are a lot of secular minded schools. There are some leftist minded schools still. She got admission in my school where I studied because they were, in the beginning, the
Focused.
founders were all leftist minded, and your school also. She got an admission in your school, South Point, also, but that time already she was admitted in this school. But there were some difficult questions and awkward questions, embarrassing questions and behavior from the security guards I faced on the day of admission. One of the security guards stopped me and said, "Where is the father's picture in this form? Where is the father's name in the interaction paper?" I said, "My name was there, and it was written single mother IVF child." In these days, you have to apply online, most of the schools, and there is a box, picture of father, picture of mother, and picture of the child, the candidate. So in the father's box, I had to go to the Photoshop and do copy paste of empty box, and it's white and it's written donor father. And because I don't disclose the name of the child's father publicly, although I know it, but I don't disclose it publicly because I promised the father of my child that I should not disclose his name. and I respect this. So I faced negative experiences. Nobody would give a rented house, almost nobody.
Right. I would like to ask you one more question. I recall few years ago on the day of, on the International Mother Day, I was very happy and I was sharing this my happiness about you and about couple of other friends who, like you, decided to become single mother, and that always made me very proud because you guys chose what you wanted to do. You're brave enough to choose what you want to do, and so nice to see Amaravati. So I remember one of my cousins, as you said, in we have in our family also people who are not so much used to these ideas. So I remember one of my cousins commented when I wrote about this very happily, that I have friends who have the courage to become single mother, their courage to move forward with their lives as they want to live. And one of my cousins commented that that women who choose to become single mother, they think that the society can be without any men, and they will teach their children to lead their lives without men. And I, of course, definitely opposed. And I said, of course not. It's not that way. It's not that they are deliberately choosing to live without a man. But if there is no situation to live with a man, why should they forego motherhood? If they want to be a mother, they still, and they would not, they would want their child to be what they think is good for them. So I don't think they have any such biases. So I would like to comment your comment on that. Of course, I commented on your behalf and my friend's behalf, but what would you say?
Yeah, definitely. It's not that we want a society without man. Definitely, I am a heterosexual person. I'm a heterosexual woman, and I'm very much woman within myself. I never thought of being a man or changing my sex and being a man. So I enjoy my womanhood completely, and I feel attracted to men. And my child is born from a mutual attraction, and it is IVF for the situation because my fallopian tubes were blocked. But I definitely don't want a society without any man, because we women feel attracted at men. And this child could be born as a male child also. I could have a son instead of a daughter. So I would have to accept that male child and love him and nurture. My love would be the same for my male child. And when before my child was born, I was not sure whether I'm going to have a male child or a female child. So I had a boy's name also, and the girl's name was only this name, Amuravati. But I think 2, 3 boys' name also were in my mind. So and I have a lot of positive feelings from my father. So I had a very nice father, very good looking. To me, my father was the most handsome man, and he was the most good and kind man in the world. That is probably my father fixation. I have mother fixation also, but definitely men and women. They both create this society. They go in the society hand in hand. We are together. We reciprocate each other. We get our inspirations from men as well as from women, and I'm sure men also get attracted from women. And I was thinking, if there is a studio for women in Calcutta, not only a studio, but there should be a creative hub for creative women. Like there should be painting, sculpture, drawing studios, drawing, painting, visual arts, sculpture, ceramics, everything at the same time, digital art, computer graphics, photography, fashion designing, and dance, music, all sorts of creative things, filmmaking, traditional dance and music, artists in residency, writers in residency, filmmakers in residency, etc. But of women, and galleries But also, so some of my artist friends, female artist friends said, only for women studios and galleries. But I told them, yeah, there are such studios and galleries in USA and in some other cities in Australia, in Cambridge. There are. I was looking at these galleries yesterday, Woman Made Gallery in Chicago and something in New York. I have the names of these galleries with me, and they're working very international standard works. They're exhibiting. So I said, definitely in the galleries, men can come in the cafe, in the canteen and cafe area. Guys can come and sit. Otherwise, how can we feel inspired? So definitely, men will come and be there. But at the same time, if women can work peacefully, um, because always I experience this discrimination in Shantiniketan. We had to go enter the hostel at 9 o'clock together. No, not together. Sorry, at 9 o'clock, all women, all female students had to go to the hostel, and boys could work in the studio all night. But in Glasgow School of Art, the studios used to get closed at 9 o'clock for all, for guys and girls, for men and female. In Glasgow also there is a Glasgow Women's Library, and they exhibit works of female artists also. So I think such things are there in the first world countries. So why not in India? We also have something, Women Creative Hub, interdisciplinary studios and galleries and working place residencies. We can have. That doesn't mean we are against men. We love men. Definitely, we need men for us, to inspire us, to
Exactly.
instigate us,
That
to
was the
love.
point. That's what I also wrote in defense of all women, that just because someone is a single mother, they would never expect that their children also choose single motherhood. I mean, they would be happy if they do it, but they will be most happy if their children can be what they want to be. That's the most important. I guess looking at you, your career and your motherhood, I am sure on this International Women's Day, a lot of young women will be inspired, and they'll have the courage to follow their dreams and live the lives that they want to. So I
Yeah,
feel
this is actually celebration of life. Single motherhood means nothing but celebration of life, accepting my womanhood, and motherhood is also part of my womanhood. So
so
I want
I'm
to
sure
experience
so
everything in life.
right, and I'm sure everybody will get all these young women, I'm sure young girls will get inspired by your story. So thank you, Elena, for being with us. And I wish you and Amoravati and your mother a wonderful, happy life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Desna, and you too. I wish you too a very happy days onwards, and I'm very thankful to you for connecting me with that doctor, and that worked as a very positive thing in my life. Probably I'm successful to be a single mother for you, for that doctor. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.